Yes.
That little stand. That's like what Feds have got, that. That's what Feds have got, like. Pre-Jube, a little stand like that.
Are you okay? Yes, not too bad, thank you. My name's Dina, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. How are you getting alright?
Well, a very good afternoon to you and welcome to the Young Guns Arena, where we are continuing to follow Burnley in their quest for promotion to the second tier of the women's footballing pyramid. Today's taste of National League Northern Premier Division action comes from Tadcaster, where the Clarets are taking on Halifax in the shadow of the John Smith's factory. My name's Matt Jones and I'll be guiding you through every kick of today's game, which gets underway in just a few minutes time, and it's a match where Rebecca Seviuk's side know they cannot afford to slip up as they look to keep up the heat on the two teams above them. The gap up to top spot is now down to 4 points after last weekend, when second place Wolves could only draw with Rugby Borough, while Burnley hammered Derby 4-0. With the West Midlands side not being in action today, it gives the Clarets the chance to move to within 1 point of second place, while also hoping that Nottingham Forest slip up against Liverpool Feds, who Burnley of course play this Wednesday. As for Halifax, well, it's been a tough old season for them. They sit bottom of the table and have accumulated just the 1 point so far, that coming in a 0-0 draw against Derby way back in September. There were, though, encouraging signs for manager Rob Mitchell last weekend, as his side were defeated 2-0 by high-flying Nottingham Forest. There are 3 changes from that game, all of them enforced because Lucy Farrell, Charlie Chadwick and Lucy Walsh are all on loan at Halifax from Burnley. They therefore drop out of the squad and were replaced by young debutant Frankie Bowes in goal, defender Charlotte Salisbury-Williams and teenager Sienna Limbert. In full then, the Halifax Lambert will be Bowes in goal. She will have Melrose, Evans, Cass and Salisbury-Williams in defence. The 4 in midfield will be Armson, Witham, Cardenas and Wilson, while Limbert supports the captain Fisher up top. As for Burnley, 2 changes for them from last weekend, and in fact it's a reversal of the 2 changes they made at Derby last week. Emma Siddall and Naomi Hartley are the 2 unlucky players who dropped to the bench. They're replaced by Tilly Wilkes and Jade Richards. That's as Sevier names the same side that dismantled Stourbridge 9-0 a fortnight ago. So Lavelle will be in goal, the back 4, Doherty, Richards, Marshall and Wilkes. The 3 in midfield are Lord Mears, McPartland and Hazard, while Walker has support from Gray and Logan up top. As for the bench, just the 2 for Halifax, which highlights the problems they are facing in terms of numbers at the moment, but there are some interesting names among the subs for the Clarets. Danielle Maxwell, the new signing from Cliftonville, scored off the bench on her debut at Derby last weekend, and Luann Worsley is also named in a matchday squad for the first time. She's on loan from Birmingham and scored bags of goals at this level for Nottingham Forest last season. So there are your 2 matchday squads, your starting 11s and your substitutes should they be needed at some point through the afternoon. And there you can see Tilly Wilkes back in the starting 11 today. She'll be hoping to have a similar impact to what she had against Starbridge when she scored that free kick from 25 yards that went over the keeper and dipped into the back of the net. Something similar will be very welcome this afternoon. We've gone through all the formalities, and therefore it is time to get underway, and it is going to be Halifax who get things underway here at the Young Guns Arena. We are here with you for every kick of the action. Wilkes getting in touch within 3 or 4 seconds of her introduction to the action. Return to the first team fray for the Burnley number 24. It was another one of the Clarets defenders in Georgia Marshall, recently surpassed 50 first team appearances. Now Jade Richards, the captain, restored today instead of Naomi Hartley. Lord Mears can't find the pass that she wants to Anna Gray, and then Richards given the opportunity there to Fisher to nip in and take possession, but Fisher trying to go look
I
from
don't
distance
mind that
and not
because you've
able
seen
to
her off
find
the
the
line, but
target.
try and win us something up there. Let us get up with you.
Might have been able to hear the Halifax manager Rob Mitchell there giving his thoughts on that. Didn't mind it, he said. Didn't get the shot away as she would have wanted in the end. Chloe Fisher. Here's Hazard. Back to Lavelle. You can probably see already from the opening 80 seconds that it's not necessarily a pitch for passing the ball around on the ground. It's a very heavy surface and plenty of bobbles on it as well, which might make things a little bit awkward for Burnley. Still be expecting to come away with a comfortable victory though, and they need to keep up the pace. And there are 3 other games in this division today. I'll keep you up to date with the scores of them as they take place. We've got Nottingham Forest at home to Liverpool Feds, Sporting Calcer take on West Brom, and Stourbridge are at home to Stoke. Richards to Hazard. Hazard will spread it to Georgia Marshall. Marshall being closed down by Fisher, who gets a foot on that and deflected out of play. Doherty wasting very little time in taking the throw, which Lindbergh wins the turnover from. Now a chance for her to break forward as well, but Richards will step in and launch that down the line. She was well positioned there, Jade Richards, and
just keep going, just keep going.
Manages to get Burnley into decent territory. Doherty exchanging passes with Lord Mears, and over the top for Claudia Walker to chase onto. Walker will win a throw, will she? Yeah, just about stays in. Oh, this side of the corner flag. It's been a good run for Claudia Walker. She's scored in each of Burnley's last 3 league games. Granted, those 3 games span 3 months. A run that started against Hull, and she's added further goals recently. Here's Lord Mears. Doherty with a chance to cross. Lindbergh trying to close the cross down, but can't do so. It's a decent ball into the area, and that'll be a confidence and nerve settling claim from Frankie Bowes in goal there. Not an easy ball to come and claim, but she was well positioned there, the young goalkeeper, former Huddersfield player. Remember, she's in goal today because Halifax's regular goalkeeper is Lucy Farrell, a name that should be familiar to all of you given her association with Burnley over the last few years, and she's on loan at Halifax from Burnley, and therefore ineligible to play today. Lavelle with the composed pass back to Wilkes.
Hold! The gaps are
Marshall.
too big! The gaps are massive! Brilliant
Exchanging
leg!
passes
Brilliant
with
leg!
McPartland, and a slightly loose ball as well, which nearly gave Fisher the chance to nip in, but McPartland showed a good turn of pace there and stabbed a leg at it
Brilliant
to
leg!
get possession towards Richards. Bit of hard in mouth moment there for Georgia Marshall. Now Doherty drifting past Limbert and not quite able to pick out Logan with the ball out to that right flank. Salisbury Williams then with the throw down the line, and decent distance on it as well. Cardinals then flicks it forward.
Go on, Chloe!
Richards and Marshall were well positioned. Anna Gray, I think that might be a first touch for Anna Gray, 5.5 minutes in. You know the damage that she can cause with her pace today.
Now jump, good catch Charlotte, go on you, you can after and then cut it out. Don't let her come here, don't let her come here. Yes Charlotte.
Logan can't
Relax,
find
relax.
the ball around the corner to Doherty, but Burnley win it back pretty quickly.
Good see, still
But
that
then
big.
diving in on Doherty, who just about managed to dance away from that one. Walker threads the pass through to Logan, and coming across and making a huge tackle there is Annabelle Cass. Walker wins it back though. Hazard, does she have any options in the middle? She's trying to go around the outside of Salisbury Williams, who defends strongly. And in the end, Burnley only get a throw midway through the field. We've just got a slight delay here because of a shin pad that's fallen off for Charlotte Salisbury Williams, the Halifax number 3, so she's had to trot back to the halfway line to collect that and reposition it inside her sock, and now we're able to continue. Burnley have got a free kick now in a rather handy position, and we know the danger that Tilly Wilkes poses from a set ball situation as well. Burnley have sent everyone forward. Lima Lord Mears and Anna Gray are lurking midway through the Halifax half, but other than that, plenty of options to aim for in the middle, including the towering presence of Jade Richards, who may well be the target here. Wilkes will send it in towards Richards, towards Marshall. It's going to fall to the edge of the area to Logan to hook goalwards. And Heidi Logan opens the scoring for Burnley with 8 minutes on the clock. Looping that into the back of the net. Bowes tried to climb up towards it, but just couldn't claw it away. Does really well to keep it alive here, Logan. Bowes maybe just got caught a little bit off guard by it. Burnley have the lead. And it's Heidi Logan who's got the goal. And it's her first league goal for the club as well. So a perfect start for Burnley, exactly what they would have wanted in tough conditions, on a tough pitch like today. They'll have wanted to come and impress themselves early on the game, and they've done just that. And as I've been saying for a while now, goal difference could well be crucial come the final points totals. And there's that one automatic promotion spot to go for. Burnley will know that their goal difference at the moment is inferior to Nottingham Forest. But they've certainly been going the right way in recent weeks. 9-0 against Starbridge, 4-0 against Derby. Plus 13 for that goal difference tally in just a fortnight. Can they continue to build on it today? Lavelle will find Marshall.
Hold. Yes, you.
And then that just bobbled a little bit before McPartland hooked it up towards Logan. He didn't quite judge the header correctly, and Charlotte Salisbury-Williams was able to nod it out of play. Limbert with the interception there on the line, the touch line. Doherty trying to thread that in field, but could only pick out the Halifax number 5.
Don't get frustrated! Don't get frustrated! Yes, Sienna, go! Yes, Sienna, go, Spuddy! Go, Spuddy, all the way! Go, Spuddy! Sienna, go with her! Go with her, Minnie! Go, Meg! Good, Meg! We've got to go!
Here's Logan.
Hold! Good, better! Sienna, drop.
Partland with a good ball for Charlie Doherty to chase onto. That's perfectly weighted. Doherty into the middle towards Walker, but well cleared in the middle. Izzy Armson perfectly positioned to clear that out for a corner. But dangerous work there from Burnley. It means Tilly Wilkes is going to have a corner that she can send into the area. And once more, Burnley can pile players forward. Wilkes sends it in towards McPartland at the near post. It's allowed to bounce and it's going to fall to Walker. Locked away. Another chance though from a set play for Burnley. And they're going to get another corner now, which Charlie Doherty will take on this occasion. Doherty sends it in, and this time Bowes collects at her near post. That's cleared straight out of play on the far side.
Go, C. Ready. Charlotte, get ready to jump. Wait. Good. Drop in. Good girl.
Here's Wilkes. Ball over the top for Gray to chase onto, and Anna Gray nearly got there, but Annabelle Cass stuck out a limb and managed to hook that away from her. Terrific defending by the experienced Halifax number 6.
Go see, win us something.
Now Doherty with an important tackle at the other end to take that away from Limbert.
Winners! Go with her!
Burnley just going to get the ball under control here. They've been pressed high there. Danielle Witham and Sienna Limbert both giving Hazard very little time on the ball. Here's Marshall. Doherty down the line. Walker does really well to nudge onto that one, and she pulls it back to Logan. And somehow that has been scrambled wide. Gray with the shot. And I think Bowes has made a stunning save there. Gray might have felt she could have done more with the final chance. But it is another corner for Burnley. It's another chance for Tilly Wilkes to send a dangerous delivery into the area. Comes to the near post where it is cleared, but Rima Lord-Mears with a lovely first touch to get it back under control. Wilkes goes around the outside and then sends it into Wilkes Richards. And her header back where it came from, but over the bar. A terrific wing play there by Tilly Wilkes, who just drifted past Minnie Wilson. Salisbury Williams does well to get that to Lim, but Logan thinks it went out of play, but the officials don't agree. Logan wins it back quickly. Hazard. Doherty down the line for Logan to chase onto, and that one's just about going to run out of play. There's Rob Mitchell there, the Halifax manager, and his coaching staff. He's been here a long time. The club originally, you might remember, were called Brig House. They changed to Halifax in 2023, but his association with the club runs back many years. Been a tough season for him, but he's been part of a club that has risen up to the 3rd tier. Rima Lord-Mears is tripped over there by Jess Melrose. It might be a card, that might it? No, the referee's going to allow Melrose to get away with that one. But Burnley continue to be camped in the Halifax half of the field. So Wilkes and Doherty over it. Just one in the wall of Minnie Wilson. It will be Wilkes to send it in. Nodded clear. Walker will pick it up, and Logan has peeled wide for the cross. And Logan goes around the outside before sending it in towards Richards. And it's well defended again by Halifax. But still Burnley will come. Marshall. A very positive opening 18.5 minutes here for Burnley. Couldn't have asked for much more. Here's Gray. Hazard. Hazard will play it infield for Marshall. You can see the Young Guns Arena sign there. Young Guns, a local band who have sponsored the stadium here.
Well done. Sienna, brilliant. Well done, kid. Go
It is
again.
traditionally the home of Tadcaster Albion AFC. But Brave foot in there by Tilly Wilkes to hook it over towards Charlie Doherty. Lavelle will find Richards. Now Marshall has it.
Stay switched on, focus, we're doing a lot of running.
Thought about the ball over the top for a minute there, Georgia Marshall, but decided against it. Here's Brennan McPartland, Northern Ireland international, who's been joined by a handful of other internationals at the club over the last couple of weeks. One of them being on the bench in Maxwell. So Wilkes will take that throw right in front of the Tadcaster Albion supporters shed over on the far side. Walker back to Wilkes. Now a chance to break through Witham. Down the line she goes towards Fisher, but can only find Jade Richards.
Sienna, get ready. Good Charlotte, stay narrow, stay narrow. Keep checking your left shoulder. Now we move. Brilliant, Minnie. Go, Sienna, go. Go, Sienna, go. Go, go, Meg. Midfield, push on. Push on the middle.
Cardenas really trying to press high for Burnley, and I'm sure, for Halifax, and I'm sure you can hear the Halifax manager really barking instructions at his team to get as close to the ball as possible as Cardenas again closes down. Brennan McPartland, and then Hazard is harried as well. And just making things a little bit uncomfortable for Burnley here. Halifax, but Burnley have played their way out of it well. Doherty trying to thread that through to Walker, but unable to find the right target on this occasion. And that throw is taken by Marshall to Kirsty Devell. Look how deep Partland's come to pick up possession here. Again, looked at that ball over the top, but thought against it.
Good Sienna. Brilliant, Minnie. Minnie Wilson, get ready. One, narrow off for you, Sienna. Good girl. Stay on it.
Gray. Lord Mears. It's Marshall. Now Charlie Doherty.
Great work, rate you.
Rob Mitchell is really praising Halifax for how high they are pressing Burnley here, but it does potentially leave space in behind for someone like Logan to attack. Doesn't find the right pass, and Walker can't quite nip in and get that, but that's a lovely touch by Charlie Doherty to get away from Limburn, and a decent cross towards Walker as well. Angle that head quite as she wanted. Walker harrying once more as the floodlights flicker on here in Tadcaster. Hadn't actually realised how dark and grey it was until those lights came on. Marshall.
Yep.
Doherty.
Good. Make it feel the highest
goal, who's seeking another clean sheet this afternoon. Burnley have still only conceded 6 league goals so far this season. From their 12 matches, they have the second best defence in the division. Only Nottingham Forest, who've conceded 4, have conceded fewer goals than Kirsty Lavelle and Burnley. And of course, since the return of the league for 2025, it is back-to-back clean sheets so far.
Go, don't let it come back out here.
The goal conceded this year, in fact, is that one in extra time against Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup. Good play by Lord Mears. trying to get that over the top towards Gray, but Annabelle Cass strolled across and took that. Hooked forward. But there was only ever going to be one person who got to that ball first, and that was Charlie Doherty. Lindbergh had very little interest in chasing it, in fact.
It's hard, Sienna, keep going, mate. Go on, narrow off, narrow off.
McPartland. Wilson does well to get in front of Gray and chest that down. And Cass will now launch it towards the halfway line, where Wilkes brings it down with a lovely first touch. Lord Mears steps around with them. I have to say, I've been wondering who the number 5 for Halifax was, because we didn't have a number 5 listed on our team sheet. The shouts of their manager Rob Mitchell have just confirmed that it's Cassie Evans wearing number 5 for Halifax today, when in fact on the team sheet she's listed as number 16. But at least we now know the identity of that player. We have been trying to find out, believe me. Now we know.
Right, come on this side. Chloe, head, Sienna, beyond. To win this, you need somebody here.
Meg, drop behind Spud, Spud goal, and then you'll receive. And then
Charlotte Salisbury Williams.
Yes, Spud.
With the throw down the line. Flicked on well by Fisher.
Again,
Marshall nodding it out of play.
Sienna, same with Minnie. If Chloe's winning, run beyond. See, if Chloe's winning, run beyond.
There you can see her number
Brilliant
5 on her
position,
back
Minnie.
there for Cassie Evans instead of 16.
Right,
Got
gotta
it.
recover. Brilliant, Spud.
Here's
Yes,
Logan
sir.
driving
Yes,
down
sir.
the line.
Go,
Shows
go,
a little bit too much. Salisbury
Yes,
Williams, and then
sir.
commits the foul as well.
Yes, Spud. I'll go on this. Charlotte, you go beyond. Go on.
The referee is shaking his head
Just
at us. Logan walked away there,
Just stay.
not entertaining any protests whatsoever.
Minnie, get in.
The area we're looking for is Chloe Fisher.
Izzy
Go on,
Armson
you
to
go, Sha.
launch
Go
this
on,
forward
go down
towards the
the line,
penalty
mate.
area.
Go.
First chance that Halifax have had from a set play to get the ball into the box, and pumped towards that far side. It goes over the head of Fisher, but it's brought down by Wilson. Gray now comes away with it, and she's driving forward for Burnley. That's good play by Anna Gray.
Yes.
Logan gets bundled over.
Yes,
Sienna
go.
Lambert.
Sienna, great recovery.
Once more, Burnley wasting absolutely no time.
Good recovery. Right, watch your right shoulder. Right shoulder.
And starting this game again.
Get your shape.
Matt, close middle.
Well, some goals elsewhere have gone in the division. I'll tell you about them in a moment as Rima Lord Mears sends that in towards Walker. It's going to fall at the back post for Gray, is it? Just scrambled wide. Not able to get the shot on target in the end. Decent chance though for Anna Gray. Second one she's had today. On this occasion, not quite able to test Frankie Bowes in goal. It was always just skidding away from her, wasn't it? And she had to dive in to try and divert it goalwards. Anyway, there have been some goals elsewhere in the division. Sporting Calcer against West Brom is currently 1-1. And it is Stourbridge 0, Stoke City 1. Nottingham Forest at home to Liverpool Feds remains 0-0. So as things stand, Burnley will move to within 2 points of top spot with a game in hand on both the teams above them. But there's still a long way to go in that game in Nottingham. Good turn by Fisher. actually goes back to Melrose. Melrose playing it in a gap actually between Wilson and Cardenas.
Recover, straight line,
Burnley
straight
could
line, straight line.
get the
Good,
turnover.
Yes, see. Good.
Wobbling pass
Hold.
to Doherty
Girls,
by
very
Hazard.
positive. Does it come out? Does it
Marshall.
come out? Good girl, Sienna.
Lavelle
Run away!
making Wilkes really scramble down the touchline there. Tilly Wilkes did very well to keep that in play. A
Sienna,
nice sharp pass
leave
to
her alone.
Hazard as
Leave her
well.
alone in the middle. That's not your job. This
Spread
is you.
to Marshall,
Forget that rotation.
who has peeled off to the right hand side with Doherty having taken up a position much further down the field. Logan finds Lord Mears in between the centre half and the left back for Doherty to chase onto, and it is the centre half, Izzy Armson, who thumps that into one of the trees behind the goal. And therefore, once a new ball comes, it will be a Burnley throw. Not quite having the problems that we had with the balls last week at Derby. You may recall, where we went through about 4 balls in the opening 2.5 minutes. It's hooked out of play. Rob Mitchell with some silky skills to keep it up and in place, you can see there. The tip of the hat as well. I'm sure he knows that was caught on camera. Burnley free kick now anyway. Doherty standing over it and smacking it into her teammate Hazard. That would have caught her unawares a little bit. Richards. Wilkes has come in field. Now Hazard again. Hazard with a lovely ball to Heidi Logan. Logan fizzes it across to Walker. In fact, it's Rima Lord Mears who has the last touch on it at the back post. And Bowes gets down to it. Lovely pass by Hazard. Plenty of power on it. She strikes it across. It goes past Walker. Lord Mears forced to save, but not able to get anything more from it.
Yes, Shah, hold, hold. She wants to run off you every time, yeah? Hold.
Bright stuff though from Burnley, and you feel the amount of work that Halifax are having to put into this, chasing and harrying, constantly looking back at trying to win possession, will pay off for Burnley in the end. Here's Gray. Gray sending it to the back post, and that's a good save by Bowes. That would have been an own goal. Came off Salisbury Williams. There were players prowling there from a Burnley point of view. Halifax just about survive. Can Gray do some more damage here? She's got Melrose for company. Goes back to Wilkes. Wilkes over the head of Walker, but that's a poor clearance. Thankfully, from a Halifax point of view, Hazard didn't make the most of it. That's a good pass by McPartland to Lord Mears. Logan again, beginning to have a bit of joy down this right hand flank, Heidi Logan. Of course, it's her goal that separates the two teams as well. She's going to be in possession again here, Heidi Logan. Into the middle, it goes across, it's going to fall for Hazard, is it? Hazard strikes it, but nowhere near the power required to trouble Bowes in goal. Certainly a good 3 or 4 minutes though for Burnley. We feel are really beginning to bang the door down as they look to double their lead. Wilkes brings that down. Richards. Lord Mears. Partland, Gray, who's got Melrose for company, and in it goes towards Walker, and there's the second. And Claudia Walker continues her scoring run. The 4th successive league game that she's found the back of the net in. And it was coming, wasn't it? They'd had the chances. They'd been thwarted by 3 or 4 saves. Finally, Burnley get a much deserved second. Walker with a proper striker's goal there, diving in and just getting enough on the ball to poke it into the back of the net. Terrific play by Gray. Lovely low cross into a perfect area. Claudia Walker gets her 5th league goal of the season. She is chasing Laura Elford, who currently sits top of that chart with 8. But with 10 minutes to go until the break, Burnley double their advantage. And as we've seen in recent weeks, they don't let up. 2 will not be enough from their point of view. Hazard, Doherty, Partland. Partland with a good ball in field to Walker, who's dropped deep to pick it up. Walker can turn and find Gray. Gray going for the return pass from Wilkes, but Melrose well positioned to cut that out.
If you're tired, go play squatter with the squashes.
Partland. Rima Lord Mears turns and gets fouled in doing so. And there were 2 options to take that set play for Burnley, but Rima Lord Mears has left it to Charlie Doherty. And Doherty sends it, and it's allowed to bounce. It's caught by the keeper, who will feel no damage has been done there. She'll be pleased. Launched forward, and that's food and drink for Jade Richards, who wins that header really easily. Not the best of all scored by Doherty though, straight at Salisbury Williams. Cardenas with them turning into space and then searching for that pass out to that right hand side, but went right in between Limbert and Wilson, and therefore goes out of play with Wilkes taking the throw. There's Rebecca Seviuk and the Burnley bench. I'm sure they'll be thrilled with what they're seeing so far. 38 minutes in, and a comfortable and thoroughly deserved 2-0 cushion in this game. Marshall to Lavelle. Richards, Gray, good turn by Gray. Round the corner from Lord Mears. Wilkes does well to keep it in. Over the top from Lord Mears towards Gray, and here is Gray. Will she get the shot away, Anna Gray, or the cross? Run out of space for either now. In the end, thumped off Rima Lord Mears by a Halifax defender and out of play. Still goalless in that game between Nottingham Forest and Liverpool Feds. In fact, the only other goal since you were last updated is for Stoke, who've trebled their lead against Starbridge. It's Starbridge 0, Stoke 3 now. Doherty goes back to Richards. Thanks with Marshall. Marshall down the line to Logan. Lovely touch by Logan to get away from Evans. And now Walker can turn on the edge of the area. Doesn't have the space to get a shot away, so has to go back with the pass. Now it's back with Doherty. Doherty can't thread the ball through as she wants, but McPartland might be able to as she tries to find Walker. Hazard back to Walker. Doherty once more. In the end, Doherty just giving it away. Good tackle by Georgia Marshall. She had to get that one right. Burnley just playing some really confident football at the moment, just knocking it about, but on that occasion the ball around the corner goes a little bit awry. Melrose straight to Hazard's outstretched right boot. Hazard though, too much on that pass towards Walker. Hartland. Will she find Heidi Logan? Not quite, but gets the second best, which is a corner. Salisbury Williams stabbing that out of play. And it will be Tilly Wilkes who will take that corner. This time Burnley have left Doherty back on the halfway line, but they've got 6 or 7 options within the penalty area. And it goes towards Richards and Marshall, and it's Richards who heads it home. Burnley make it 3. It's Jade Richards who gets her first league goal for the club. Restored to the starting 11 today. She may not have expected that to have come with a goal, but it has. And she does offer a towering presence in the box. I think that just hit her really more than anything else. Maybe I'm doing her a disservice. But either way, Burnley now have a 3-goal cushion, and there's still 3 minutes to go until half time. You might fancy getting another before the break. Evans forwards to Limbert, who cannot keep hold of it. Good turn by Lord Mears, who goes through the legs of Cardenas as well. Can't quite spread it towards Anna Gray on the first time of asking, as Wilson makes the interception, and then Melrose is in the way as well. McPartland will find Lord Mears though, who just about got the energy to keep it in play. She couldn't find a Burnley target. All going swimmingly well though from a Burnley point of view so far. Perhaps unsurprisingly so when you look at the form book. I mean, Halifax have the worst defence in the division. In terms of goals conceded, 55 of them so far, and they've only scored 6 of them. Cardenas has got 3, 2 for Minnie Wilson and 1 for Sienna Lambert, so not only do they not score enough, they concede too many, Halifax, and that's been evident so far today, hasn't it? That one effort we've seen really was when Fisher tried to catch Lavelle off her line from about 40 yards in the first minute or two. Other than that, they've basically been penned in their own half of the field. And Burnley are just toying with them a little bit here as we play down towards the half-time whistle. Good ball round the corner from Lord Mears to Wilkes. Wilkes will go down the line for Gray. Gray has got Wilson in front of her and goes around Wilson. Anna Gray, can she pick out the cross towards Walker? I think Lord Mears might have been running onto that, but Walker took control of the situation. Logan keeps it in play. Back to McPartland. Cleared though in the 6-yard box. And Halifax can now come away with it, but Wilkes gets in the way. And then Fisher goes to ground after a foul by Wilkes. And she looks in a little bit of discomfort there with her left knee. Just the trailing leg got caught there, didn't it? In fact, it was Hazard, I think, with the foul.
Charles, high as you want, go, go. Go you, on the back line. Hey, he's there. Go back.
Evans. Hazard steps in and wins ball back. We are playing 2 minutes of added time, by the way. Just had that confirmed. We're already halfway through that. Marshall. Doherty.
Yes, it's on.
Lord Mears. McPartland. Is there time for one more? Doherty goes in field and then plays a lovely ball down the line to Rima Lord Mears. Lord Mears will send in a handy cross. Will it fall for McPartland? Not quite. Well defended in the end by Salisbury Williams, who gets it away, and she'll have another bit of defending to do here to take possession away from Charlie Doherty. But all she can do is concede the throw there. Halifax number 3, who's had a busy afternoon at left back. Doherty will now take what surely will be the final throw of this first half, as it will be the final attack. Walker can't get the cross into the area. In fact, the referee is going to allow play to continue until this attack from Burnley has subsided. Lord Mears. McPartland. Lord Mears has just gone down here as McPartland has the strike. Bowes makes the save. Decent effort there from Brennan McPartland, looking to add to her 6 league goals for the campaign. But it will be the final shot of this first half, which the referee draws to a close. And after nearly 48 minutes of football at the Young Guns Arena, Burnley find themselves in a very, very commanding position, taking the lead after just 8 minutes through Heidi Logan. They were made to wait for the second, but Claudia Walker eventually getting it in the 35th. Right in the centre of your shot there, assisted by Anna Gray. And then as half-time approached, Jade Richards bagged her first league goal for the club from a corner. And as it's half-time, I will leave you with those goals. Here are the highlights of the best of the action from the first half. We'll be back shortly. Well, here we go. It's time for the second half of this Women's National League Northern Premier Division clash between Burnley women and their hosts today, Halifax. Burnley have a 3-goal lead at the break, courtesy of goals from Heidi Logan, and Claudia Walker and Jade Richards. And that means that they have a comfortable advantage going into the second half of this game being played at Tadcaster Albion. My name's Matt Jones and I will talk you through the remaining 45 minutes of this game, and we are going to see a couple of changes made by Burnley at the break. Jade Richards, one of the goal scorers, has been withdrawn, and so has Anna Gray, who provided the assist for the second. They are very shortly going to be replaced by Naomi Hartley, who's going to come on at centre half for Burnley, and by a player who made her Burnley debut, successfully scoring from the bench last week, in Danielle Maxwell. So those two subs now being made right in front of me. Hartley trotting onto the field, and joined by Danielle Maxwell as well. No changes made by Halifax. We know that they're really short on numbers at the moment. 3 changes that they made for today were all enforced because they had 3 players on loan from Burnley who had to drop out of the team, in Charlie Chadwick, Lucy Farrell and Lucy Walsh.
Hey Siri.
And the referee just going through her final checks before she will get the second half underway here. It looks like Heidi Logan has switched flank to the left wing instead of the right, with Maxwell coming on the right. And Claudia Walker, scorer of the second goal, gets things back underway, and an early touch for Maxwell as well as she nods it in towards Walker's path. Here is Maxwell sending the cross in, and it cannons off the defender and goes out for an early corner. Danielle Maxwell arrived last month as a signing late into the transfer window, joining from Cliftonville. And she's just picking up the loose ball in midfield here, or the new ball in fact, because one has disappeared over the fence behind the goal.
It's a long way that. I bet when I was about 20 I'd be able to do it, not now. They let me leg up about my hip.
Wilkes will eventually send the corner into the box towards Marshall. Heads it over. 100%. It just took a little flick off the defender before it reached Georgia Marshall, and therefore made it a little bit difficult for her.
Yeah, I won't be able to play anymore.
Hello. Frankie Bowes gets ready to take this and get back underway. Let me just remind you the 2 starting lineups. It is Bowes in goal for Halifax. The back 4, Cass, as the offside flag goes up against Law Mears. Cass is one of the centre halves alongside Izzy Armstrong, Charlotte Salisbury Williams and Jess Melrose are the 2 full-backs, with Minnie Wilson on one flank, Sienna Lambert on the other, then Witham Cardenas in the middle alongside Cassie Evans, and then Chloe Fisher is up top. And with the 2 changes having been made for Burnley, they've got Lavelle in goal, Doherty, Hartley, Marshall and Wilkes are now across the back 4, Hartley having come in for Richards at the break. Lord Mears, McPartland and Hazard are the 3 in midfield, and the 3 in attack are Logan, Walker and Maxwell, who is on for Gray. That's a nice ball from Cardenas to release Salisbury Williams, who's through on goal here, but Marshall tracks her all the way and makes a really well-timed tackle. Georgia Marshall there, foot perfect. It's a lovely ball through, but she was always running away from goal in the end. Charlotte Salisbury Williams, and Marshall forced her to go that way before making the tackle to intercept. Walker brings that down nicely. Hazard will flick it over. Cass was playing Maxwell onside by several yards. Maxwell pulls it back to Walker, and there's the fourth. Claudia Walker. And Burnley straight into the action in this second half. Lovely play, but Cass will wonder why she was 3 or 4 yards behind the rest of the Burnley defence, because that's why Maxwell was allowed to carry forward. And it's a lovely pullback, isn't it? Walker just ghosted into that position and she slots it into the bottom corner. Burnley have 4. Equaling the score that they achieved last week.
Come on!
They'll be thinking, can we get some more?
You've got to feel the contact, girls. They're not going to give you an easy ride. Not just going to let you have it. You've got to work. Minnie, who's going beyond?
Just again.
Comes off Hartley last.
Relax.
Fisher going to ground as she challenged for it.
Come on, switch on, wake up.
Melrose with the throw. Flicked up in the air by Fisher, and then Logan Strong to win the second header. Walker can chase for this. She gets around Cass. Can she get there first? She can. Claudia Walker's into the area here, and she goes to ground. And it is going to be a free kick. And it's going to be a yellow card as well. For a moment, I fancy that she was just eyeing a first league hat-trick for Burnley there, as the yellow card is flashed towards Annabelle Cass. Just gets around her, doesn't she, and then she's brought down. So 3 over the free kick. Doherty, Wilkes, McPartland. Doherty will leave it. McPartland looks like she's eyeing this up, and McPartland sends it over the bar. Whipped off target there by the Burnley number 4. So some goals elsewhere to tell you about in the Women's National League North. Not necessarily good ones, I'm afraid, because Nottingham Forest have found a way through against Liverpool Feds, and they now lead that one 2-0. Swarton Council, though, have taken an important lead against West Brom. 2-1 lead for them in that one. Salisbury Williams crosses in towards Fisher, but McPartland gets a head on it, and Lord Mears can complete the clearance. Maxwell, though, stopped in her tracks by Evans. Now Witham runs out of room and concedes a goal kick. But those goals for Nottingham Forest mean that they will remain, as things stand, 2 points, or 4 points clear of Burnley, I should say, and 3 points clear of Wolves at the top of the table. Those two will have played the same number of games. Burnley, on the other hand, will be in third, but they'll close the gap up to Wolves to just 2 points. And as things stand, Burnley's goal difference is moving to plus 38, which is now better than Wolves. Wolves have a goal difference of plus 34. So It's only Nottingham Forest who have a better goal difference than Burnley, which is a good thing. The more goals they can get, the better. Certainly going about things the right way in recent weeks. Their cumulative league total for 2025, as things stand, Burnley, is plus 17. Right, we're going to see a couple of changes here. We're going to see a league debut for one of Burnley's new signings. In fact, it's reinforcements up front in general, because Laura Elford's coming on, and so is Loanne Worsey, the new arrival from Birmingham. Rima Lord-Mears is one of the players who's gone off, and the other is Claudia Walker, so she will not get a hat-trick this afternoon. But Laura Elford has come off the bench in both league games so far this year, and she's managed to score pretty quickly after doing so. And she is Burnley's top league goal scorer this evening, top goal scorer in general, but 8 goals in the Women's National League North for her. As for Loanne Worsey, well, she's someone who we have come across before. She is a player on loan at Burnley now from Birmingham, but she played against the Clarets last season for Nottingham Forest. And she got plenty of goals at this level for Forest last year as well, 14 of them in 20 appearances. So she had some further firepower to a Burnley side who are already a pretty formidable attacking foe. So 61 for Wilkes to deal with, and Wilson managed to nip in and chest it down, but Wilkes just dangled a foot out there and took possession away. But her ball is cut out by Cass. Witham goes to ground. And the free kick given in a position there Halifax will fancy getting the ball into the box from. It's going to be Witham to take it. She's got plenty of options to aim for. Only 2 Halifax defenders have stayed back. Might well be a shot that, as Lavelle springs off her line and into action and manages to play in that fairly comfortably before bowling it out nicely to Wilkes. Wilkes over the top. Elford's chasing that one. And Armson has to pump it out of play. Given we're in the shadows of the John Smith's factory, that was a real havoc moment.
Left mini!
Hazard. Heidi Logan. Can't squeeze that infield towards Hazard, who also commits the foul as well. Armson is going to take that free kick. She will send long for Hartley to gobble up with a comfortable header. Elford brings it down. Doherty. First touch for Worsey, wearing the 36 shirt. Burnley giving possession away. Worsey will try and win it back, but she's going to commit a foul there. Sienna Limbert. She's just getting a bit of a ticking off from the official as well for that one. Harrying play from Loanne Worsey, keen to get involved on her debut. Sizes that header up perfectly, and Elford will play a lovely ball for Heidi Logan to chase onto, and look at the pace that Logan's got to get beyond Cass here. Logan's into the area, Heidi Logan for 5, and it is a 5th. Her 2nd of the afternoon. And Burnley continue on their merry goal scoring way in 2025. But the pace shown there by Heidi Logan was just brilliant, wasn't it? The way Wilkes sizes this header up is wonderful. But it's the ball round the corner from Elford, perfectly weighted. She's already on her way at that point, Logan. She knows where that ball's being played. And once she's round Cass, there's only the keeper to beat. Could have gone either post. Keeper made it a bit easy by staying on her line.
Switch on! Go! Come on! Come on! Go! Squeeze up! Squeeze up!
So Burnley, a 5-star performance so far. Wilkes. Good turn and use of the body by Laura Elford, and Logan is eyeing a hat-trick here, but she's not going to get it on this occasion because the offside flag has gone up against the Burnley number 7. That goal she got in the 8th minute was her first in the league for Burnley. She's now obviously made it 2.
Body. Good. Play now. Come on, come on, stay on your touch, come
Hazard.
on.
Back she goes to Lavelle. Now with Naomi Hartley. Hartley showed a little bit too much of that to Lindbergh, and Partland had to stretch her leg out to stop the Halifax number 14 from getting it, who has got one of their 6 league goals this season, Sienna Lindbergh. Just the 3 different scorers in the league, but maybe there'll be another one here because Wilson has been released. Wilson eventually, that's prodded out of play as Logan comes to offer reinforcements defensively. Throw will come into the box from Melrose. Cardenas back to Melrose, finds Wilson, and the offside flag goes up. Finished 6th in the division last year, Halifax. It's been a struggle for them since, though. They did impress last week in that game against Nottingham Forest where they lost 2-0. After that, so from where we were at the start of the season to where we are now is ridiculous. And when talking about playing, Burnley admitted, don't go into those games expecting to win, we go into them expecting to compete. It's been a real struggle for them this afternoon to compete against the Burnley side, who, once they had their noses in front in the 8th minute, it was only really going to be one way. And Halifax may have held them off until the 35th when Claudia Walker got the second, but from there it's been real plain sailing from a Burnley point of view. The question is, how many more can they add in this second half? They've already had 2 since the break. Walker and Logan both adding to their first half strikes. Walker since withdrawn, but maybe Heidi Logan can add a hat-trick. Here's Laura Elford, who'd love to get her own name on the score sheet. Hazard bobbled up and made it a slightly tough touch for her, but she gets it back to Marshall. Lavelle, I'm not sure Hazard was the intended target in that way, but went to the Burnley midfielder in fine fashion. And now Doherty will play a ball for Maxwell to chase onto. Davis gets there first. And we're getting a free kick. I'm not entirely sure what for, because I was following the ball there, but the referee's pulling this one back. Presumably there was a foul in midfield after the ball had gone. Marshall is going to take that free kick. Hartley's been sent forward. Elford's got an arm in the air. She's saying exactly where she wants it. It will go towards Laura Elford, but Cass holds strong and chests it away. Marshall with the header back forwards, but only straight at Cassie Evans. Lavelle. Hazard can turn and play the ball to Logan, but stepping in was Melrose before thumping that one quite literally out of the ground. Just be a pause while we get a new ball.
This one ours or yours? Yeah, thank you.
Go C! Out to left C!
Marshall. Marshall will find Hartley, who will go back to Kirsty Lavelle in goal. Reminder that we are back in action on Wednesday. Liverpool Feds are the opponents for Burnley women. Leyland the venue. 7:45 kick-off. So we will be live covering it, and we'll follow every kick of the action as ever. So you can join us for that with the usual streaming platforms. Doherty goes around the defender and sees her pull back cut out for a corner. But of course you can also come and join us at Leyland as well, the county ground, the destination for that, as Liverpool Feds come to town. 7:45 kick-off. If you can make it, the team would, as ever, absolutely love your support. Come and cheer the team on as they attempt to win promotion to the second tier for the first time in their history. We've got a corner at the moment, which Doherty will take. In towards the penalty spot and cleared by Megan Cardenas. Doherty sends it back in. That's a dangerous delivery. Frankie Bowes watches it all the way as it bounces up towards her midriff. Burnley, as they have done all afternoon, win the ball back ridiculously quickly. Lavelle out to Tilly Wilkes. Just got caught in the wind a little bit there, that one, and Melrose dangling a leg at Wilkes and committing the foul. And Jess Melrose will go into the book for that. Not sure Rob Mitchell thought it was a yellow card. I'm sure you heard him coming through your microphones there, the Halifax manager. But the referee handing out a yellow card. Just have another look at it. You can see Wilkes just about gets there first and then gets tripped on her trailing leg, and I think that decision might well have been fair enough. Limbert tries to turn around Doherty. Doherty isn't letting her go anywhere. Limbert seems to have felt the full force of that one though. She's not comfortable at all, and here comes the Halifax physio in fact to provide some care. So that gives me a chance to have a look at the scores elsewhere in the Women's National League North at the moment. Obviously 5-0 here. Nottingham Forest 3, Liverpool Feds 0. Sporting Council 2, West Brom 1, and Stourbridge 0, Stoke City 4 are the other scores in the division at the moment. Remember, Wolves not in action today. They've been in FA Cup action, but it means Burnley can close the gap, or will close the gap on them in the table. Just seen there, fairly innocuous one with Lambert going to ground, which is still down. Remember, there's just the 2 substitutes on the bench for Halifax. Squad shorn of options at the moment. If you are joining us late, Heidi Logan set things off from a Burnley point of view on the 8th minute. Claudia Walker made it 2-0 in the 35th, and then Jade Richards added a third in the 42nd as she met a Wilkes corner. So it was 3-0 at the break, and then after half time Walker got her second of the afternoon in the 49th minute, and Logan also made it a brace when she ran onto a lovely pass by Laura Elford and tucked into the bottom corner just before the hour mark. So that's where we stand right now. Lambert continuing to receive treatment here, and we are going to see a change. So Halifax are going to be forced to go to their bench, and it is going to be Ava Spencer-Smith who comes on. So obviously Sienna Lambert unable to continue, unfortunately, and Ava Spencer-Smith will make her way on for the remaining 20 minutes of this game. Well, Halifax haven't taken a player off here. Halifax have got 12 on the field at the moment. And Lambert has now been told she's not able to enter the field again. So that change has been made. I was having flashbacks there to an FA Cup tie between Tranmere and Sunderland in 99-2000 season, when Tranmere had a player sent off, and as he was walking off the field they substituted him. So they stayed with 11 players, and the player who headed the ball from the resulting free kick was the man who'd come on. And it wasn't until that incident happened that Sunderland realised Tranmere still had 11 on the field instead of the 10 they should have. That would have been even more bizarre though, with a team ending up with 12. Logan is through from Elford's pass. The hat-trick is in sight for Heidi Logan, and she tucks it the wrong side of the post. She went for the same corner into which she converted her second.
Jump out, yeah?
Have you got a coat outside?
And she'll feel that she now should have 3. Looks like she might have been offside on that replay. Logan though, once she's through, needs to hit the target. Unable to do so. Maybe Laura Elford will here though as she gets away. Bowes stands strong and wins the free kick. That was good goalkeeping from Frankie Bowes. Threw a body in there. Not had the easiest of afternoons on her Halifax League debut, but on that occasion doing herself justice. We'll get a second bite at it.
Go on, Eva, go on, you.
Goes back to Marshall. Marshall again. Hartley. Over the top for Tilly Wilkes, who flicks it up for Logan. Logan tries to go over Cass and commits the foul in the process as well. And we are going to see another change now for Burnley. Number 10, Grace Palmer, will enter the play. And it's Grace Brennan McPartland, who comes off for Grace Palmer.
Is he wide areas?
Here.
Chloe Fisher.
An impressive display though for Brennan McPartland in the heart of that Burnley midfield as usual, and she's just afforded the final 20 minutes of this game on the bench. Doherty with the header. Burnley can really push when the goal kicks are being taken because they're being taken by a defender, so they can press high without fear of offside from the return ball. Here's Palmer involved for the first time. Doherty, Hazard, Maxwell, can she keep this in play? No, not quite, just a little bit too much on it. And the Northern Ireland international unable to influence the play on that particular occasion.
I would fucking drop him and try and play, 'cause all we're doing is kicking it back to him. We're winning up with it, it's kind of that. Drop him and play. Too expensive.
Armson to take the goal kick then, which Palmer will reach first. And that might come off Fisher last, yeah it has, and goes, spins out
If we're just going to kick it and lose it, you might as well lose it up there playing out.
for a throw on the far side for Burnley.
It's not coming far.
Doherty, Maxwell will send the cross in from deep, and unfortunately not quite
Relax!
the intended
And it comes
whip
in
on
here.
it, and it bounces
So
up
if
for
they jump,
Bose
we've
to
got to do
catch.
it quick in here.
Good.
Burnley just keep going again and again, don't they? Here's Laura Elford, hasn't got her goal yet, her customary goal we should say. Hasn't had sight of it either, to be fair, since she came on. I'm sure at some point over the next 15 minutes she'll get her moment. Lavelle to Hartley.
Go, go, in the goal! Go, in the goal! Go, go!
Logan. Was that a handball? The Halifax bench thinks so. Not given, but they do win the turnover, Halifax. Witham. Cass. Witham again. And given away to a combination of Lokes and Wilt. Burnley, by the way, are now heading towards 6 hours without conceding a lead goal. If this game does continue, it'll be over 4 hours. 4 games, I should say, without conceding a lead goal for Burnley, going back to their win over Sporting Calza in November.
Right, that's not our fault that there's no advantage. She still played the ball through, no one's ran. If they'd have ran, that's the advantage, mate. Do you know what I mean? The ball's the ball, she can change the ball. But this is what I'm saying, she wouldn't have changed her pass selection whether she got clipped or not.
I'm sure you're picking up this heated conversation between the fourth official and the Halifax manager. I'm not impressed that this free kick has been given. There is Rob Mitchell in the centre of your screen with a cap on. He's watching Doherty take this free kick, and that sails. I think that is the definition of a ball that sails over the bar. And Charlie Doherty. Just a slight delay as this ball makes its way back onto the playing area, but Charlie Doherty there, the radar not quite right with that free kick. The kick forward isn't a great one, but it does actually make it to Megan Cardenas before Palmer steps in front of Charlotte Salisbury-Williams and clips it out of play. Thumped forward. Lavelle, happy with something to do, will allow that to run into her area before collecting it.
Annabelle, home! Home!
Cass, back to Bowes. Bowes can only send that out of play, and that's just about stayed within the playing surface.
Yeah, it's down there. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright. It stayed in. Yeah, you're alright.
Did it not go over?
No, it stayed in. Good.
Hazard.
Stand, Jess.
Melrose is putting the pressure on her, and Hazard goes to ground, and it will be a free kick. Wilkes will take that free kick once the referee has positioned the wall. Wilson and Melrose being marshalled back.
Was that always there? Have you planted that? I don't think that's going to grow. It was I don't think you can grow sticks. I like it though.
And they've got 6 or 7 options in the middle as Wilkes sends this into the box, and it's nodded wide by Naomi Hartley. Just brushed off her head more than anything else. And therefore couldn't direct it on target. Well, change of tactics from Halifax in the way that they're getting the ball out from a goal kick. Now they're going short instead of launching it long, but it hasn't stopped them giving the ball away because it comes into Elford from Maxwell, and Bowes was well positioned. Did well at her near post there, the young goalkeeper.
Get round, Chloe!
Bowes now launches it forward, but it's brought down again by Hazard. Heidi Logan.
Get closer!
Wilkes is going on the overlap, but Logan goes it alone until Melrose stops her in her tracks. Now back to Tilly Wilkes. Worsey strike is charged down by Witham. And now Burnley patiently reset as we enter the final 10 minutes of normal time. Doherty couldn't quite squeeze that pass to Maxwell. Salisbury Williams making the interception, and then Marshall does well to nudge Ava Spencer-Smith off the ball. Ava Spencer-Smith on the field for Sienna Limbert, but she's barely had a touch since coming on. Here's someone who has had an impact though. Here's Danielle Maxwell. Goes through the legs of Salisbury Williams and sends the cross into the near post, but fairly comfortable save for Bowes to make at her near post. Bowes clatters clear. Wilkes brings it down. Worsey hooked over towards Maxwell again by Hazard, but she doesn't quite have the space to keep that in play there, Danielle Maxwell. So Burnley are heading towards an 8th league win in a row, and it's that kind of intensity which means they remain very much in this title challenge. They haven't dropped any points in the league since they drew with Nottingham Forest way back in September. In fact, they've only dropped 5 points over the course of the league campaign. Here's Logan. Logan will strike from range, and that one clears the crossbar as well.
Good luck. Good luck.
So what are they going to do with the goal kick this time, Halifax? They've been playing them
Go.
short,
Ava,
they've been playing them
occupy the
long.
space.
Whatever happens, Burnley seem to win the ball back.
Go on, Minnie,
Wilson
jump
flicks
again.
it up in the air on this occasion, but Wilkes brings it
Go on,
down.
Ava. Go on, Ava.
Hartley. Logan
Well done.
tries to
That's
turn
us,
around
that's us,
Melrose,
let's
but
go.
didn't quite get that one right. Melrose will now get the chance to take a throw down the line. She's got a pretty handy throw. There's Jess Melrose. Wigan dispossesses Worsey, but the tackle sees the ball go straight to Charlie Doherty. Armson looping it up in the air, but Doherty's on hand to win it back again.
Back in! Back in! Don't give up! Good, Eva, keep
Hartley
it there.
receiving Marshall's pass.
Good. Yes, where are we? Yes, Minnie.
Tilly Wilkes.
Bud's there. Stand. Stand. Good, Bud. Play.
Wigan's ball around
Yes,
the
she's
corner.
gone.
Palmer is cut out by Witham.
She's gone. Move the ball.
Worsey wins it back quickly. You can hear the despair there of Rob Mitchell. The speed at which Halifax conceded possession there. Got a chance to get the ball in the box here though. Here's Charlotte Salisbury-Williams, who's been the most lively player from the home team's point of view. Her cross is cleared though, and Maxwell gets a really good foot on that one to find Worsey. Back for Maxwell to chase onto, but once more, just a little bit too much put on the pass towards Danielle Maxwell.
Minnie, narrow off. Go on, you keep going for us. Come on. Come on, I know it's not straight. You've got to keep going.
5 to go then. Both managers just shouting some words of encouragement from their respective dugouts. Looked like there was a push in the back on Doherty there, but nothing given. Anyway, Burnley win the ball back quickly. Here's Naomi Hartley. Elford trying to turn around Cass, and a trailing leg takes her out, so she'll have a free kick.
Alright, chill out.
Elford obviously feels there should have been somewhat more punishment there for that foul. The referee just giving the free kick, which Wilkes will take to Palmer. Palmer over the top for Logan to bring down. Here's Laura Elford now. Elford sprayed out to Maxwell. Maxwell goes around one tackle. Cross comes into the middle. And is it going to fall for Worsey? Not quite.
Well done, Minnie!
Scramble clear by Minnie Wilson.
Good, Minnie left!
Wilson quickly traces the throw in as well, but she doesn't get there. Maxwell now. Elford. Elford released in the area. Laura Elford. Cass is on the line to clear. If she hadn't been, that would have been 6. Brilliant defending by the Halifax number 6.
Good, Meg! Slide across!
Maxwell again, continuing to cause issues with a good ball into the middle. Cass clears once more. Back to Maxwell. Salisbury-Williams does really well to nudge her out of the way and clear the ball.
Go on, you! Go on, you!
Spencer Smith
Go on, Eva!
gets past Marshall. Ava Spencer Smith, she's got Hartley in front of her now, and the sting just goes out of the move a little because Hartley was so well positioned. And in fact now there's a chance for Logan. She keeps it in, does she? Yes, she does. Heidi Logan. Lazard. Worsey. Low into the middle. Cleared
Relax, relax!
by Armson. Good turn.
Yes, you, well done!
The offside flag goes up.
Relax! Annabelle! Annabelle, Cass! Imagine what you'd be like if you had a full-back.
Honestly, because she's 30.
So the free kick to be taken by Annabelle Cass, who just made that clearance off the line, and she launches it forward for Hazard to bring down, but Fisher comes away with it, and that's some good quick feet by Fisher. Get away from one tackle, but possession conceded in the middle of the park. Worsey, who's looked really tidy and composed since she came on. Here she is again, Luann Worsey.
Brilliant sport.
Good play by Witham though, gets in front of her and then wins the free kick as well. Been in the walls a little bit, hasn't she, Danielle Witham? That's not the first time she's had to go to ground. Into the final minute of the 90 we go. There will be a little bit of added time given the lengthy stoppage we had earlier on when Sienna Limbert was down and needed treatment for a good 2 or 3 minutes. I'll keep an eye on the officials to see if we find out how long will be added on. I think the referee has just signalled 4. Doherty with the throw then. Gets it back from Worsey. Threads a pass to Elford. Palmer offloads to Hazard.
Stand, Minnie, stand. Good, Minnie, stand. Force back, stand. Stand. Good girl, Minnie. Go on, Ava. Go, 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 Ava, go. Go on, Ava, sprint. Ava, sprint. Good, Ava, sprint.
Marshall. Over the top for Maxwell to chase onto. That's a lovely ball. Maxwell has got the space for the cross. Pulls it in towards Palmer. And there is the 6th. Grace Palmer makes it a goal-scoring appearance from the bench for Burnley. Halifax have been hit for 6.
You've got to start looking at yourselves. You don't want it enough.
And just look at the way they created this one. The ball for Maxwell is absolutely sublime. It's Worsey who plays it, perfectly weighted over the top. Maxwell has the space, the pace and the composure to pull it back, and Grace Palmer converts. She won't score many simpler than that, and that one came on the stroke of entering 3 minutes of added time. We've already played one of them, so just the 2 minutes to go. Although of course we might play a little bit more than 3 given the game didn't get back underway for a while after that goal. Burnley though are enjoying themselves, and maybe there's still more in the locker for them. Logan finds Hazard. Hazard back to Kirsty Lavelle. Marshall. Palmer, scorer of the 6th. Wilkes. Wilkes to Elford. Elford thought about a shot for a moment there, instead with the offload to Worsey. Now she might get the shot away. Laura Elford does stab it goalwards, and Elford makes it 7. She scores when she comes off the bench, doesn't she, Laura Elford? You know it's going to happen. And she gets her 9th league goal of the campaign. Burnley's goal difference getting another huge boost this afternoon. Lovely play by Worsey to squeeze the pass through to her, and then she just about had the space to stab the shot. Past Bowes and into the back of the net. They thought they'd closed her down there, but she went round Cass and prodded home. So Burnley have 7, and there goes the full-time whistle. And Burnley women will continue to keep the heat up on the teams above them in this title challenge. Another impressive display that means they pick up 3 further points, they make it 8 successive wins in the league, and they give their goal difference a huge boost in the process as well. Heidi Logan with a brace either side of half time, Claudia Walker either side of half time, Richard scoring as well as strikes from late on Grace Palmer and Laura Elford. So we'll be back then on Wednesday when Burnley women are back in action against Liverpool Feds. 7:45 kick-off for that one, and fingers crossed they can continue this push for the title. Feds have lost to Nottingham Forest today, but Burnley know they'll get a tough afternoon in that. Please do join us, we'll provide live coverage as ever, and if you can't join us there, you can watch it live on the stream. But I will leave you now with our full match highlights and all the goals as it finishes Halifax 0, Burnley 7.